Hey everybody, welcome to PBM's Video Entertainment, and welcome back to another episode of Thomas & Friends Import Reviews. And today is the day to be proud of because we have reached our 100th episode of Thomas & Friends Import Reviews! Now, to celebrate, we are going to be talking about, well, not a Thomas home meter product per se, but we're going to be talking about the sister TV show to Thomas the Tank Engine. And I'm of course talking about TUGS. And to celebrate 35 or 36 years of TUGS, we will be talking about every single TUGS home meter product released in 4 different countries. And I guess maybe we'll talk about some of the DVDs. Anyways, without further ado, let's jump into the history of TUGS. Now, for some of you who don't know what TUGS is, let me give you a little history about it. So, TUGS is a British television series produced by TUGS Limited for Television South and Clearwater Features. So, the first 2 TUGS tapes were released back in 1988, and then it was first broadcast on ITV from April 4th, 1989 to June 27th, 1989. So, the TV show was created by Robert D. Cardonia and David Mitton, who had previously produced the first 2 seasons of Thomas & Friends. Set in the Roaring '20s, the series focuses on the adventure of 2 different tugboat fleets, the Starfleet and the Z-Stacks, who compete against each other in the fictional big city port, the biggest harbor in the world. Now, the theme tune and incidental music was composed by Mike O'Donnell and Junior Campbell, who also wrote the music for the first 7 seasons of Thomas & Friends. Now, there was originally going to be a 2nd season of TUGS, and there was originally going to be a US dub of TUGS, but Clearwater Features filed for bankruptcy, and the company shut down in 1990. And after that, David Mitton joined the Broadcroft Company to continue working on Thomas & Friends in 1991, while Cardonia went on to direct Theodore Tugboat, a similar nature series set in Canada. Now, here's the bright side. All 13 episodes of the show were released onto VHS, which we will talk about that right now. So the first 2 TUGS tapes were originally released back in 1988 by Cablevision, and one tape contains Sunshine and Pirates, while the other tape contains Munitions and 4th of July, aka Regatta. Then in 1989, Trap, Ghost, and High Winds was released, and then in 1990, the last 2 tapes were High Tide, Warrior, and Big Freeze, and the other tape has Quarantine, Upriver, and Jinx. Then in 1992, the Munitions and 4th of July tape was re-released, and then 1993, the Trapped Ghost High Winds VHS tape was re-released, but this time we get a extra episode which happens to be 4th of July. Then in 1996, 3 TUGS tapes were re-released as part of the Playbox range, and the 3 tapes were Trapped, Ghosts and High Winds, Munitions and 4th of July, and Quarantine, Upriver, and Jinx. Then in 1990, all the 5 tapes were released in Australia, also distributed by Cablevision. Now, over in Japan, they have the biggest TUGS VHS library. So, TUGS came to Japan in 1992, and all of them were distributed by Takara Video Collection in association with TV Tokyo Video. Now, as you can see here, we have 4 rental TUGS tapes, and all of them contain all of the episodes of the show, with 1, 2, and 3 containing 3 episodes each, while the last tape contains 4 episodes. Now, as you can see right here, we have 13 TUGS tapes featuring 1 episode per tape. And there is also a TUGS sampler video, which contains 1 episode called Trapped. Now, over in Finland, they have the shortest VHS library when it comes to TUGS, so only 3 VHS tapes were released, with 3 episodes each. Now, going back to the UK, we got a TUGS DVD, which contains 1 program, which happens to be the first episode of TUGS, called Sunshine, and this was released to celebrate 35 years of TUGS. And I also heard that Pirates and Trapped are also going to get the same treatment, but I don't know when. Anyways, now we got the history part done, we will now take a look at how many TUGS Homeo products that I have so far. Alrighty, we will now take a look at how many TUGS tapes that I have so far. So we're going to start off with this one. This is a Japanese TUGS tape, and this is a rental copy, and yep, this is tape number 1 in the TUGS rental tape collection from Japan. At the top, here we have Warrior and Top Hat, and the text is all in Japanese. And yeah, I'm still learning Japanese, but I want to say this is the Japanese TUGS logo, I believe. I'm not entirely sure on that. But anyways, here we have the front post art. Here we have Big Mac, Billy Shoepack, Top Hat, and OJ. This is a scene from Trapped. And then at the bottom, this is VHS number 1 in the collection. And then here we have the TUGS logo in English, TV Tokyo Video logo at the bottom, and then the spine. Not sure if you could see it, but, well, pretty much for most or some parts of the tape, it was like, it's sun faded. Like, this was put on display, or on a display window, and the sun clearly was not nice to the tape. Now, I'm not sure if you could see at the top, but it says Takara. I think that's how you pronounce it. And then here we have the same promo shot, just like with the front poster art. And then scrolling down here, TUGS logo, TV Tokyo logo, or TV Tokyo Video logo, excuse me. And then the back, here we have, this is a scene from Sunshine, and we have, of course, most of the star TUGS. Here we have Top Hat, 10 Cents, Big Mac, Warrior, and OJ. Then we could see a little bit of Lily Light Ship over there. And then at the bottom, here we have the episodes listed on the back. Here we have Sunshine, Pirate, and Trapped. Those are the episodes that are on this tape. And then here we have a scene from Sunshine. And here's all that copyright information. And yep. Here's the tape. Here's the front, and then here's the bottom of the tape. Next, here we have the second TUGS rental tape. So, taking a look at the front post art, it's pretty much similar to the first tape. So on the top, here we have Warrior and Top Hat once again. And here we have a scene from the regatta. Here we have 10 Cents and Big Mac. And then at the bottom, this is VHS number 2. And we have the TUGS logo in English once again. TV Tokyo Video logo at the bottom left corner. And then the spine. Takara. I think that's how you pronounce it. And then here we have same promo shot, just like with the front poster art. Scrolling down here, TUGS logo, TV Tokyo Video logo again. Then here we have the back. Then here we have a scene from Munitions. And then here we have Warrior, Zoran, Blue Nose, OJ, Fire Tug, and 10 Cents. And yeah, like I said, this is a scene from Munitions. And then the episodes are Regatta, Munitions, and Warrior. And then over here, I believe, yeah, this is a scene from Regatta right here. Copyright info. And of course, you have the text in Japanese at the bottom. And this one's in a clear case. The first one was in a white case. Anyways, here's the tape. Here's the front and the bottom of the tape. Come on. There we go. I'm trying not to, you know, damage the tape, you know? Because these TUGS tapes are pretty valuable. Anyways, last but not least, here we have the third TUGS rental tape. And this one's in a white clamshell case, just like with the first tape. So anyways, on the top. Here we have Warrior and Top Hat once again, and then here we have Top Hat right there. This is a scene from Ghost. This is VHS number 3, TUGS logo, TV Tokyo video logo, spine, Takara, and then here we have same promo shot just like with the front post art. Scrolling down here, TUGS logo, TV Tokyo video, and then here at the back, and then right here, this I want to believe this is a scene from High Tide, or a promo shot from High Tide. Over here we have Top Hat, and then Frank and Eddie. And then our episodes are High Tide, Quarantine, and Ghost. And then here we have Burke and Blair right there. This is a scene from Quarantine. And then copyright info, and then, yep, here we have the text in Japanese right there. Here's the tape, here's the front, and then here's the bottom, which has seen better days. So yeah, this is what I have so far. I just have these tapes, so all I need now is the 4th tape, which is the last tape with the last 4 episodes. And the last 4 episodes are Jinx, High Winds, Upriver, and Big Freeze. These are the last 4 episodes are on the last tape, and I'm guessing that the last tape is extremely rare, like probably more rare than these ones right here. But anyways, yeah, that's what I have so far. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get the UK or Australian or even the Finland tapes or the Finnish tapes because, well, the problem is none of those work here in the US. But a good thing that the Japanese tapes, all of the Japanese VHS tapes, including the ones from TUGS, they all work here in US, which is awesome, especially for TUGS fans that don't have, you know, a PAL VHS player and stuff like that, you know. Anyways, we're gonna jump into my review and thoughts on TUGS. So overall, do I recommend TUGS? Now, there's some things I want to talk about. First, let's talk about the music. So the music was done by Mike O'Donnell and Junior Campbell, the two musicians or music artists that did Thomas and Friends music from seasons 1 through 7. And I gotta say, like, those two, they did a really good job, especially like in this TV show TUGS. Like the themes are just incredible. And now if I had to pick a favorite theme from TUGS, I would probably say, I know the Danger theme's a really good one, and and the Fire theme from Munitions, that one's also a good one. There's a lot of good ones, you know. Like, you can't beat Mike and Junior's music. Anyways, now let's talk about the characters. So as I mentioned, you have like the Star TUGS and the Z Stacks or Z Stacks if they were pronounced in the United States. Anyways, for the whole video, I'm just gonna call them the Z Stacks just because. Anyways, so now my favorite, I think my top 3 favorite characters from the Star TUGS, I love Tencent for sure, and Sunshine, and for 3rd, either Big Mac or Top Hat, one of those two. And then from the Z Stacks, my favorite would have to be Zebedee, because there was this one episode called High Winds where Zebedee showed his basically showed his good side, you know. And by the way, like the Z Stacks, they're considered antagonists, not villains per se. Yeah, they're just antagonist characters of the show. Now my favorite character that is not part of the Star TUGS or the Z Stacks is, let's see, I really like Blue Nose. Like, even though I know he's kind of like a jerk and everything, but yeah, Blue Nose, and Billy Shoepack too. I thought he was kind of cool. Anyways, but yeah, we get a lot of great characters in the TV show. Now let's talk about the episodes. Now, let's see. You have 13 episodes all in one season. And let's see. My top 3 favorite episodes. I probably want to say number 1's by far Munitions. Second, I want to say High Winds. And then third, I want to say either, geez, that's a tough one. Either Regatta or Ghosts. Yeah, one of those two. Yeah, I would have to say those are my favorite episodes, probably. Oh, and I also like Trap too. Yeah. You know what? My top 5 are Munitions, High Winds, Regatta, Trapped, and Ghosts. Yeah, those are like my top 5 from the show. And now, one thing I want to mention is that some of the TUGS props were used in season from season 3 through actually for pretty much for the rest of the model seasons of Thomas and Friends. Like for example, we all see Big Mickey working at Brendam Docks with Cranky, and we see in Peter Sam and the Refreshment Lady, there was a paddle steamer. I believe that was OJ, but repainted version of OJ or something like that. Which I find that kind of interesting. But yeah, there was some props that were used in both classic era and the hit era of Thomas. If you take a close look at on the details and stuff like that for, don't know about every single episode, but pretty much for most episodes. Anyways, but yeah, moving on. Now let's talk about the home media products. Now, TUGS was mostly on VHS. Well, we didn't get TUGS on DVD until April of this year. Yeah, we got a TUGS DVD, and it features one episode, which is Sunshine, but it's the 15-minute version instead of the 20-minute version, which I find that cool. I just really wish that just really wish there was a TUGS complete series DVD set, instead of, because not everybody has a PAL VHS player or something like that, but anyways, but TUGS was mostly released onto VHS and stuff like that. And like I said, TUGS tapes, they're NTSC, the TUGS Japanese tapes are NTSC, just like with the American tapes from Thomas and Friends, stuff like that. Anyways, all the Japanese tapes are NTSC, just like with the American tapes, so these will work here in US. While the tapes from the UK, Australia, and Finland, those are PAL tapes. Those will not work here in US. But of course, if you do have a PAL tape, you'll get more variety of TUGS. It's just that you can't play Japanese tapes on PAL VHS players and stuff like that. But anyways, but yeah, if you're pretty much a hardcore TUGS fan, I would just say of course collect as many as you can, But of course if you're trying to be more selective, I would just say if you're from Japan, or if you're learning Japanese and stuff like that, feel free to get the TUGS tapes, regardless if you get the rental copies or just get the episodes, get them solo, and or of course if you love both the English dub and the Japanese dub of TUGS, feel free to try to get, best of both worlds, Anyways, now TUGS. Now I may have mentioned this earlier, but TUGS was technically never released in the United States, unless if you count the preschool version of TUGS called Salty's Lighthouse, which that's a video for another time. And now, despite TUGS being not as popular as Thomas, it's pretty well known in the Thomas fandom, and of course, a lot of people from the Thomas fandom love TUGS because, well, you have like the same music composers. You have David Mitton, the director of classic era of Thomas, and you also have like Robert. I forget his last name, but he worked on the first 2 seasons of Thomas, and then after TUGS, I think he came back to do some more Thomas before he left, I believe. But yeah. So anyways, overall, do I recommend TUGS? Now, before I say yes or no to this, well, despite being a kid's show, like TUGS has some like dark and serious moments. Like, for example, in the episode Regatta, the Navy was planning to blow up Krampus the submarine. And in the episode Munitions, there was like a lot of stuff happening, like there was like a dockyard that was like completely on fire, and a crane called Big Mickey plunged into the sea. And then there was the episode Quarantine, where you have like ships being quarantined that were like carrying diseases and stuff like that. And one of the Zed Stacks didn't know that one of them was quarantined, and so he was forced to be like quarantined for 40 days and stuff like that. But yeah. Now, but overall, I gotta say, I love TUGS. Like, TUGS, it's a really great show. Like if you love Thomas, but if you haven't seen TUGS yet, where have you been? Like TUGS is amazing. Like, you have like great characters, great music, great episodes, everything. Like sure, it only lasted 1 season. Sure, we only got 13 episodes. Sure, we didn't get like 1 or 2 more seasons of the show, but overall, I recommend you watch TUGS. And oh yeah, and don't worry if you don't have like a PAL VHS player. You can also watch like all the English dub episodes of TUGS on YouTube and stuff like that. But anyways, overall, I recommend you watch the show TUGS. Well, that's gonna do it for me, everybody, and I will see you all next time. Bye.